Students. Now this is the question which is given to me by my student, and this question is from test series of a coaching institute. In this question, this circular object is a disk of mass m, radius r, which is placed on a frictionless surface. Attached to that disk, we have two strings of length 2r. At the end of strings, we have particles of masses. These two dots are the particles, and these particles are having mass of m. These particles are given velocities v0 and v0 in this direction. And now we have to check out of the four options which options are correct or which are incorrect. Right. To start with this problem, first of all, analysis is required. And what kind of analysis is required is as follows. The forces on the particle, the forces on this particle are just capital T in this horizontal plane. There are other forces, normal reaction force and mg, but they are not in the horizontal plane. We are interested in the forces which are in this horizontal plane. So that is only T. A tension force on the string will appear in this direction. A tension force on the string will appear in this direction, and on this particle in this direction. So these are the forces acting in this plane. Other forces will act which are perpendicular to the plane, which are normal reaction force and mg. Now, if you look the forces which are on this object, circular disk, if I draw it separately, you can check that a capital T force is acting on the disk to the right hand side, and another capital T is on the same disk to the left hand side. So the disk is subjected under two forces. It is acted upon by two equal and opposite forces. So there is no resultant force on it. The resultant force on the disk will be 0. And when the resultant force on the disk will be 0, center of mass of that disk will remain at rest. Therefore, acceleration of the center of disk will be 0 as per the Newton's second law, because there is no resultant force on the disk. But yes, these forces are parallel to each other in the opposite directions. So they will produce a torque about the center point. And if you calculate this torque, these two tension forces will generate a torque about center of disk, and the disk will have some angular acceleration, let's say alpha. And we can find this alpha by the basic relation, which is torque divided by moment of inertia. And this torque will be calculated relative to the center of disk. Relative to center of disk, the torque by these two forces will be 2 times T into radius. And the moment of inertia of disk about this axis will be m r square over 2. So I get alpha equals to now 4t over m r. That's the value of alpha in the clockwise sense. So this is angular acceleration of disk in terms of tension force. Now we have to analyze, or we have to look into the trajectory of particles. What kind of trajectory the particles will follow? Well, that trajectory followed by the particles, this particle will move along a circular path relative to this point, suppose A. If you analyze the trajectory of this particle in the frame of A, particle is moving on a circle, and therefore while deriving or while writing the equations for particle, this is the circular trajectory, which is the path of particles, that is the path of particle m. But this is the path in the frame of with respect to point A. With respect to point A. And notice that point A is moving. Point A is moving. Point A is non-inertial. It has acceleration. Point A has acceleration. Because this point, which is on the circumference of disk, and the disk is spinning about the center, it is rotating about the center point. Therefore, the point A must have a tangential acceleration in this direction, and this point A will have a tangential acceleration in this direction, which is equals to r alpha. And now the trajectory of this particle is being considered in the frame of particle capital A, and A itself has acceleration of r alpha, which means A is non-inertial frame. So with respect to capital A, the forces on small m will be capital T, which is the tension force, and because A is the non-inertial point, we have to consider pseudo force on the particle, and the pseudo force on this particle will be against the direction of acceleration of A. So you will consider a pseudo force in this direction, and that pseudo force will be mass of this particle m multiplied by acceleration of reference frame, which is point A, and that is r alpha. Notice that this mass has a velocity v0 in this direction, and it is moving on circle of radius 2r. So now I will write equation according to the Newton's law for this particle small m. This particle has two forces now, T and this pseudo force. So T plus m r alpha, that is the total force on this particle. Since it is moving on the circle, it must be accelerated towards the center of circle. It must be accelerated towards center, and therefore this total force can be written as its mass m, and then v0 square over radius of the circle, which is given as 2r. So let's say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now you can solve these two equations, and if we solve these two equations, we will come to know what are the values of tension forces and other parameters. So if I solve these equations, I come to know that capital T is m v0 square over 10r, that is the value of capital T, and therefore option D is correct. If you further solve it, you put the value of T here, and then you will come to know what is the value of alpha, and that is, you have to put this value of T in the first equation, and then you will come to know what is the value of alpha, right? So that will come as 2 v0 square over 5r, and then the acceleration of particle is nothing but this factor. Notice that because particle is in the circular trajectory, so acceleration of particle, right, there is a point now. Acceleration of particle, according to the options, acceleration of particle will be, as per the option, they have not specified whether the acceleration is relative to point A or it is relative to some inertial frame. Since nothing is specified in option A, we assume that the acceleration of particle which is required in the option A is relative to inertial frame. This v0 square by 2r is not relative to the inertial frame. v0 square by 2r is the acceleration of particle, but that is relative to reference frame capital E. So what will be the acceleration of particle in the inertial frame? Well, relative to any inertial frame, there will be no pseudo force on the particle. Relative to any inertial frame, there is no pseudo force acting on the particle. The only real force on the particle will be capital T. Since the real force on the particle is capital T, therefore the acceleration of particle will be T over m. And if it is T over m, you get V naught square divided by 10r as the answer for acceleration of particle. And that means option A, option B and option D, they are correct options for this question. Thank you.